Come to the stage right now. Put your hands together for Kevin.
Welcome to the Unfunny Kevin Show. I am your host, Kevin Melody. It's Monday, September 16th, 2024, and hopefully you're doing okay. I don't know. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to start off by appreciating you, everybody out there that enjoys the show and supports me personally. I love all of you, and thank you. We had some new listeners, and I'm going to pull them up right now. Let's see. Just some appreciation here. Big spike last week. Shout out the listeners in Mumbai. For some reason, we got 10 unique listeners in Mumbai. Shout out Sun Valley, California. New listener over there. Fullerton. Thank you. Thanks for supporting the show. Email me at theunfunnykevinshow@gmail.com, and I'd love to talk to you. You can also text us in the bio of the show in the description, and I'm going to figure out new interactive ways to bring you closer to the Unfunny Kevin Show than ever before. So thanks for listening and supporting the show. A lot to talk about. Last week we talked about Hank from Lowe's, which was controversial, I think, to some, but many seem to enjoy it. Of course, Red Lobster and all that. But there was, more importantly, there was something that happened last week that I'm sure all of you have been reflecting on and thinking about in your respective homes. And it had the debate that we saw last week. We've talked about it. We've talked about this on the show. And, this show, I share my silly, insane, tidbits of things that have happened to me and continue to happen to me. But occasionally we have to veer into current events. It's the Unfunny Kevin Show. These things are happening to me and you, but I'm sharing them from my perspective. So hopefully it helps you deal with it to some extent. But man, I don't know if you're an RFKer, if you're a Trumper, if you're a Kamala Waltzer. I don't know what you are, listener on the other end. But I know that what we had to see together last week was unique, to say the least. Kamala, I saw it was weird. There was like all these things online were like there was something on Twitter that was like she had an earpiece that fed her answers. Leaked affidavits. She was sorority sisters with I forgot the lady's name, the one lady on there. And I was like, okay, well, everyone's sorority sisters at a certain level. Everybody went to Yale. Everyone went to Harvard. It's the political circus. They're all from the same place. They all went to the same place, except good old Tim Walz. He didn't go to Yale. But yeah, I think there's just something funny. It was insane. It was insane. I feel like Trump could do 100 times better than what he did. And I think that Kamala, all the props and respect to whoever's running the thing over there, because the campaign, if you look back, this is an insane journey. This might be every year it's like it's the craziest time, but it might be actually the craziest time. Knocking on the door of World War III with like 9 different, people. You had Biden, who was out there literally eating ice cream while things are on fire. Just, hey man, come on, I'm good friends with Putin. I love Putin. I eat pudding for dinner. Lollipop. And you're like, holy fuck, what did he say? Corn pop. And you're like, this is getting out of hand. And then you had Donald on the other end, like, we need something better than he's mumbling. Like for a split second, the entire country like heard Donald Trump and was like, That is actually, he's got a point. Like everybody, like there was like months of people being like, he's unfit, he can't do it, but he should be in a home. Like he's up there on the debate stage, like he doesn't know what he said. And then fast forward, Charlie XCX is having a brat summer, and they roll out Kamala. And they do the whole brat campaign. Genius. Just like TikTok and all this shit. And then you have the debate with her and Trump. And it's like, I think Trump was like, I mean, this should be a walk-off home run. And it wasn't. I think she got him in this defense stance. And that just forced him to go to the migrants. I saw it on the TV. They're eating animals. And it's like, yeah, all right. Okay. I mean, look, here's the deal. Trump's in Florida. Look up Florida, man. First of all, you know how many Haitians are in Florida? You know how many? This is insane. This is just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And at the end of the day, in Florida, people eat gator. People eat people. Do you guys remember? Does anyone remember when bath salts were a thing? People were doing bath salts in Florida and they were eating people. Like it was like a zombie thing. Hold on. Some people might be too young to remember this. Let me look this up. Okay, 2012. Bath salts. This is on NPR. You can fucking look it up. Bath salts drug suspected in Miami face eating attack. Miami-Dade Police Department. By the way, this guy's not Haitian. He's American. Who cares if they're eating dogs and ducks and geese? Who cares? It's ridiculous. It's silly. I myself love a duck. I love duck breast. So, again, I think it's to the larger point, fighting the border or whatever he's trying to come up with. There was so many things he could have just, and it was just kind of like, meh. And then she's out there like, does the abortion thing and then got him to kind of get on his toes and defend abortion. It's what it was. But after we had T Swift, who, oh my goodness, the Swifties swarmed out and registered to vote. And I don't know if it's going to be a landslide, but I'm getting that feeling. And it got weirder after the debate, obviously, because there's some breaking news leading into today. I'm recording late Sunday night. But yeah, it got a little interesting. So I can't believe I'm even saying this, but following the debate Tuesday, today, Sunday, September 15th, we have a sequel to one of the craziest things, a Trump assassination plot. I can't believe it keeps happening. I can't believe it keeps happening. Like, it's to the point, like when the first one happened with the kid, the Matthew Crooks kid, I was like tinfoil hat because I was like, who is this kid? Why is this white kid? It's the exact same time Trump's like, pointing at that immigration thing. I talked about it on the show. He's talking about immigrants. And then the most non-immigrant tries to take his life. And all the stuff that came out about the kid was like he was Googling the distance that JFK shooter, like the FBI and the Secret Service, like there's still nothing. I don't think a single article has been published about this kid since it happened. Like we have no new information about the kid. And it's a little odd. And now that's going to be certainly buried under this new Trump Assassination 2 coming this summer, featuring one of the fucking strangest people I have ever seen. And I'm not exaggerating. Once we get video, I'll show the videos, but I'm going to play audio for you as a treat on your morning commute. But apparently, the breaking story is this weird white guy tried to shoot him at Mar-a-Lago or whatever. Let me see. I'm gonna see what I got here. Let me pull this up for you. All right. Let's see.
Now know that this is Ryan Wesley Routh. He is age 58. The images that you are seeing here are publicly available on social media websites. He went to...
By the way, this guy looks like Owen Wilson and Gary Busey fucked.
Ukraine, went to the front lines, and he traveled there in 2022.
Why was he in Ukraine?
Was raising money for the war effort. We know that he had been living in Hawaii as well as in North Carolina. In Hawaii, he was a self-employed, affordable housing builder. In North Carolina, he had been registered as an unaffiliated voter without a party in 2012. He voted in the state's Democratic primary in March of this year, according to the North Carolina State Board of Elections. And he had contributed more than $100 to Act Blue. That is the website that processes donations.
Okay, this lady on CNN is showing all these pictures of him, and it's getting progressively weirder. Like, they have one from him on LinkedIn, and he's all clean cut, and then he starts getting weirder. He's wearing army uniforms and American flags with skulls, and then and he's got that smile where he's biting down. He's biting. It looks like he's biting on leather. It's like the very apparently he got Asperger's or something like that. Something's clearly wrong with this guy. He's got the fucking the crazy. He's got the crazy eyes. You know, the crazy eyes, like you're liable to shoot up a presidential candidate. Those types of crazy eyes
for Democrats, and this is according to federal campaign.
And of course, they're saying, okay, so he was never politically affiliated, which is insane. But now he's got blue. Half of his hair is blue. I mean, this is like something Trump could have just written just made up at a rally. There's these blue-haired crazy liberals. They want to kill me. They want to kill me. Well, here you go. It's not even a boogeyman. It's real. So I guess this guy went down there. Ryan Wesley Routh, of North Carolina, never politically affiliated. What's the background on this fucking weirdo? Let's see.
Here at News Nation, just sending this out, reportable that Routh was convicted in 2002 of possessing a weapon of mass destruction. This is
nice.
According to online North Carolina Department of Adult Correction records. The records not providing any further details about that case, but again, 2002, possessing a weapon of mass destruction.
A weapon of mass destruction in 2002.
Sort of fleshed out information we're hearing about any sort of prior records, if this man was known to law enforcement before this. But you know, Brian, is there anything else that we are learning about a motive, suspect's age, where he lives at this time?
Well, we know they're going over his social media right now, and I spoke with the state attorney who we're going to have live on in the hour, later on in the hour, who said that they were in the process of securing search warrants for his car, for all of his electronic devices.
Let's see what they find. Yeah, this is insane. This is insane. And I guess here's a video of him 2 years ago. At this point, he has the blue hair, and he's talking to someone about going to Ukraine.
Tell me who you are and why are you here?
56 from the U.S., from North Carolina.
I'm here because my family won't invite me to Thanksgiving anymore.
Originally, so I live in Hawaii now.
I live in Hawaii now because my family won't let me go to Thanksgiving because I keep trying to bring weapons of mass destruction.
All the way from Hawaii here. So the question as far as why I'm here, to me, you know...
I'm here to make friends.
A lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, you know, any movie.
He's obsessed with good versus evil. This is how you know there's nothing wrong with him and he's of sound mind and should own a gun.
If you ever watch, this is definitely evil.
Someone get this man a gun.
Good. I mean, we're battling a situation here where, you know, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind and generous and unselfish and take care of one another. And
yeah, Ukrainians are generous and kind and unselfish and take care of one another.
Just a matter of, you know, we need...
And some of them are neo-Nazis.
To stand up for that. That is the most important thing in the world, is just to show...
But we'll overlook that.
Human beings, that we're kind and we're caring and that we take care of one another and that the world is united so that we feed each other and make sure that, you know, we all move forward as one collective whole unit. So, we feel the pain of one country's failure and their conflicts, and we enjoy it.
I'm not even I can't. I literally, he's such a mumbling retard. I can't. It kills me. Jesus Christ. You can't make it up. You really just can't make it up at this point. So yeah, eventful things. So this maniac who had a weapon of mass destruction in 2002, like he's fucking Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein didn't even have a weapon of mass destruction. He went into Iraq and killed bajillions of people for no fucking reason. With Dick Cheney, who has evidently co-signed Kamala. If that doesn't send off a red flag, she's got Taylor Swift and Dick Cheney, which means we got a war coming, baby. And Lord, I think we need one. That's what they want. They want Kamala out there. She'll lead us through World War III. Taylor she'll make a comeback, a country album that's super patriotic, And we got this guy, fucking maniac, trying to just kill Trump. And I don't know. I don't get it. And there's something weird about this. They donate to Act Blue. Didn't this happen with that other kid? Didn't he make a weird... This is how I can't even... This is how you end up with the fucking tinfoil hat on, folks. Anyways, he had guns. Somehow, one way or another, he was armed through the fucking teeth. And there was a gun poking out of a bush at the golf course. Secret Service caught it, shot at it, and now this guy's in custody. So... shout out to them for not killing him. I can't wait to hear what this fucking maniac has to say. Or not. His rambling is, it's hard to listen to. But anyways, we got to take a break and then I'll get back on track with the rest of the show. Folks, you're enjoying NFL Sunday and you're sitting there maybe with a spouse or a friend or your grandfather, and they won't stop talking about the election cycle. It's giving you heart palpitations, you're sweating, you're white knuckling your own Sunday in your own house. So you reach for the bottle and you also reach for your phone. And in that moment, you realize you're not even watching the game. There's a screen in front of you, 80 inches, fucking 8K. You can see the sweat dripping off the fucking Jared Goff's forehead. You can see the outline of linebackers' cocks. It's an 8K. What more do you need? But you still have a phone in your hand. It's not that you're mentally ill, although 90% of us are now. Just like, it's an epidemic. But anyway, the smartphone's killing you, bud. It just is. It's the silent killer. That and sugar. So what do? You gotta take a break. How do you take a break? The Light Phone, folks. I've got a fix for you here. The Light Phone 2 comes, without certain features like social media and a web browser, but it has directions, songs. You can put MP3s. I miss my iPod. There you go. Put it on there. It's got podcasts. You can add a podcast like this podcast to your Light Phone. And it's got all kinds of useful tools. It's meant to be used as little as possible, but to bridge the gap and provide solutions that you need in a modern world. Now, the Light Phone 3, which is on the precipice of release in January, you can pre-order now for $4.99. There's a special pricing. It will go up. The sooner you pre-order, the sooner you get a Light Phone. You can buy headphones, postcards, cases for the phone, whatever you want from our Light Phone shop right in the bio of the show. Click on the link. Every dollar you spend helps support the Unfunny Kevin show. And me personally, the Light Phone is a partnership that I super appreciate because I have one myself and I go light every weekend. If you have any questions and want to hear more, you can email me at theunfunnykevin@gmail.com. Folks, you're really stressed. I know you are. I can tell by your emails and your patterns and your habits of when you listen to me and how much of me you listen to. So I know you're on the edge. But here's the deal. We need to alleviate some of your stress. But instead, you're doing fentanyl. And I can't compete with fentanyl. There's no way to substitute it in this case. You're hopeless. But people who can are Oklahoma Smokes folks. Listen, the number one fentanyl substitute is an Oklahoma Smoke. It takes the edge off by providing 100% high quality CBD. I know what you're thinking. What? But the fent is good. I know, but this is better. Go to itsoklahomas.com and you can buy a pack of Oklahoma Smokes. They smoke just like a traditional cigarette. They give you a calming effect, very similar to the green. And they are 100% California grown under California sun. CBD, pure CBD, the best you can get. 42-day money-back guarantee. Over 40,000 happy customers. But you're asking me, how the fuck can you afford it? Well, you need a job. But you don't even need a job because they're so well priced. You can just steal the money from your mother or your father or your aunt and steal their debit, whatever you need. Steal the card and use the code. This is the most important part, kids. Are you listening? Use the code UnfunnyKevin for 15% off your order. That's UnfunnyKevin for 15% off your first order of Oklahoma Smokes. Click the link in the bio and again, use the code UNFUNNYKEVIN for 15% off your first order. Support itsoklahomasmokes.com and support the show. Thank you. All right, so there's Haitians and people and ducks and debates and shooters and fucking all kinds of weird shit going on. But, you know, I'm going to bring it back to me so that you can just giggle yourself out of this, you know, insanity that we have to sift through here. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. It's pretty funny. I'm not a big reality show person. My wife loves reality shows, and it's taken me some time to adjust to that, you know, and I finally found, like, I've talked about this on the show before, but I love 1,000 Pound Sisters. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, and it's coming back in October. I just love those fat fucks. It's a great show, and it's hilarious. And I love Bar Rescue. And this is what I've been thinking. If we're just going to put reality show people at the forefront of American politics, I want John Taffer. I would vote, although I'm sure John Taffer is a Trumper. There's something about it. He like loves Florida. He's from Florida, I think. So maybe he's a Trumper, but I want John Taffer because I've been watching so much Bar Rescue, and let me tell you, one of the best shows ever. One of the best shows. So if you've never watched, it's basically like if you're a family and you used all of your life savings to open a bar, but instead you're just drunks. So you open the bar. It's a terrible plan. You should not even own a bar because you're an alcoholic. But you open a bar and you just get drunk all the time. And your profits are dwindling and you got a sick kid and you can't afford anything. And so you reach out to John Taffer. And John Taffer comes and calls you a dumb cunt over and over. He's like, you fucking dumb fuck. You fucking cunt. Starts breaking glasses. He's out of his mind. And then he rehabs the bar, rehabs you. You have to get off the booze. And then he leaves. Like, it's like he makes everything better, retrains people, installs softwares and stuff. So my wife and I, when we first started watching the show, I was like, I got to watch this from the beginning. In the beginning, they used to have a really funny intro. Like, he'd walk into a bar and he just starts screaming at an independent business owner. And it seemed mean. Like, it wasn't. And then they'd be like, John Taffer is a scientist. And you're like, a scientist of what? Like, he's a bar mixologist. It's an expert in all things alcohol. And I'm like, okay. But he's just kind of like an angry guinea. I don't know what's wrong with him. He just starts screaming at people. And there's the earlier ones are really good because it's super low budget and he's swearing constantly. And then once COVID hit, it's hilarious because the intro changes and it's like, after 2020, John Taffer, and they don't say the scientist stuff anymore. He goes, John Taffer cares about the independent businessman. And then they cut to him and he's like, more than 20,000 bars are at risk of closing or something like that. And then it's like, John Taffer is on an adventure. He's on a journey to fix the bar industry in a post-COVID world. Bar rescue. And then he then it's all these people that are crippled from COVID policies that impacted their finances and whatever. So I was watching a couple, and it's kind of insane, like, to see the newer ones. He subs in these people that are supposed to be like him. Like, there's an Indian guy who just screams. But I couldn't help but think, I was like, this country is one election cycle away from like a Taffer, Swift. I mean, because I used to think about, okay, what are the tickets that, each party could put out, right? And I thought at this point, we would have like Tucker Carlson, Vivek Ramaswamy. Like, that would be the Republican. Like, Twitter and popular opinion, it would be Kirk Carlson. That's what everybody, Project 25, whatever you're afraid of, right? But it's not. It's just fucking Trump and the dopey fucking elf looking, what's his name? JD Vance, And that's what you get. And that's what they churned out again. It's insane. And then the other end, you have Kamala Waltz. Little bit different, but still old white guy and Kamala. You got this fucking backed by Dick Cheney candidate. So realistically, I thought we would get, this was 8 years ago, before we got Hillary, I thought, and before we got Bernie, I thought we were getting RuPaul and AOC or like Ilhan Omar and fucking, I don't know, whoever. But I'm almost thinking that at some point, politics are going to hit this thing where we're going to get reality stars. It's there. It's already happened. But they're going to be less political. They're going to be way less political. It's going to be more about their brand and like getting followers. This is where influencers scare the living shit out of me. Because that's the thing, that term always struck me as so weird, right? Like, I remember they used to say social media personality Kim Kardashian. And then it was like influencer, brand director, creator, fucking whatever, So as influencer becomes more of a thing, I think we're going to see that. I think it's inevitable. Like, there was some statistic about the power of Taylor Swift before Taylor Swift even threw a candidate around. They said she had like the power to swing elections. And I think that's actually real. Like, I think that power is real. I don't doubt it. At some point you will have T Swift, Ice Spice. That's going to be the ticket. And it makes sense because big influencers already have corporations, dumb. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a big fucking personality, you already have brands. It'll be like T Swift and Ice Spice versus like Joe Rogan and fucking, I don't know, David Goggins. I'm telling you, we're not far. It's not far away. We think it's far away, but Trump's old. They're going to, this cycle, if Republicans lose, they're going to be like, okay, where's the guy that does the ask me anything, right? The guy that sits on college campuses. Give me that guy. Give me the Charlie Kirk. Give me they're going to go after people that have followings because that's what it's going to come down to. And I think the Democrats are ready to do that too. I really do. Because the one thing that they've kind of been able to stand on is like, they're not rolling out a guy from TV, but they're almost there. I feel like they're almost there. I feel like everything's going to kind of hit that point. But yeah, man, a crazy week. John Taffer, Bar Rescue. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I mean, it's kind of funny to watch him just scream at drunks. But it's worth your time. It's worth your time. Listen, folks, if you can do me a favor, hit the Apple Podcast Store, 5 fucking stars. Leave me a comment, something nice and fun, or just write 5 out of 5. I don't give a fuck. It helps the show. 5 stars in the Spotify store. If you can just give me follow and hit 5 stars. All the social links are in the body of the description. Unfunny Kev on Instagram. Email the show at the unfunnykevin@gmail.com. And I appreciate you fucking listening every week, guys. I appreciate it. I'll be back next Monday. Thanks.
I wanna stay with you forever. Yo, the A1 source of the divine force. My mind blind force is known to blow time off course. Even if I rode around the world on a blind horse, strapped down, I still get my point across. Allah is father of all. You debate whether big, whether small, whether short, whether tall, whether dense, whether length, whether strength, whether width. Either man, animal, bird or fish, whether black or white, more safe than snowflakes. Existing everywhere, but you still can't locate. The man of steel couldn't bend me, time couldn't end me. Even the great devil Satan had tried to befriend me. Understand the equality, God in the bodily form. Letting my knowledge be born. Letting my knowledge be born. Yo, I be the fatal flying. I'm like NATO flying over your country or dropping down 40 tons of iron. Filled with explosives, your chance is hopeless. We have your head popping up like the blowfish. I'm not talking hootie, nigga pass the zooty. I could back the cootie, maybe smoke the ooty. The runaway train with no track. I got the heart of Faye Dunaway, whipping that child with the coat rack. TV dropping bombs, or dropping germs. Baby mom's in the courthouse, she dropping terms. Guns go off, busting all directions. DJ choose another fucking dope selection.
I ain't getting out of bed today. 9 to 5 to survive, there's gotta be a better way than waking up early to punching the clock. How I look a grown man with my lunch in a box. But my kids need socks and shoes. I'm walking through the office, yelling, who you talking to? Don't you know on the streets I would've. Never mind, the past is the past, I gotta leave it behind. But man, back on the block, I was a bona fide hustler. Spot popping off until the police rushed us, handcuffed us, I thought I was gone. Could've cried thinking I'd miss my son being born, but I was blessed, beat the case, now I'm trying to reform. But these white folks make it so hard to move on. You gotta jump through hoops, anger management coops. But the fact I'm still standing here today is proof that yesterday I felt the most hated. I thought I couldn't take it, they said I couldn't make it. Feeling brand new, I got nothing to lose, I'm about to make moves. Yesterday I felt the most hated, I thought I couldn't take it, I fought until I made it. Feeling brand new, I got nothing to lose, get out my way, move on to the next. It was all about sex when I first met my little baby girl Annette. She was standing at the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop, eyes collard green, lean thicker than a pork chop. Stop, 'cause I don't need